Leo, I just pulled cards for you, and honestly what came through is making so much sense right now. If you've been wondering about someone who pulled back or maybe just vanished from your life, the cards are showing me something really significant is about to unfold. This is not about getting your hopes up unnecessarily, but there is genuine movement happening in the energetic space around this connection. Let me walk you through what I'm seeing because this reading has some really interesting layers to it. So the first card that came out is Death, and I know that might sound intense, but hear me out. Death in tarot is rarely about actual endings in the way we think about them. This card is showing me a massive transformation that has been happening behind the scenes with this person. When someone pulls back from your life, Leo, it is usually because they need to go through their own internal process. They need to shed old versions of themselves, old patterns, old ways of thinking. And that is exactly what death represents here. This person has been going through a complete metamorphosis. Think about it like a caterpillar in a cocoon. From the outside, it looks like nothing is happening. It might even look like something died. But inside that cocoon, there is this incredible transformation taking place. That is what has been going on with this person. What is really interesting about death appearing first is that it tells me this transformation is reaching completion. The card is not about the middle of the process. It is about that final stage where the old self is completely released and the new version is ready to emerge. This person has been doing serious internal work. They have been confronting parts of themselves they maybe did not want to look at before. They have been releasing old emotional baggage, old fears, old patterns that were keeping them stuck. And Leo, this transformation has everything to do with why they pulled back in the first place. They could not show up for you or for this connection in the way they wanted to because they were not fully transformed yet. They were still carrying too much old energy. I am also getting that this death card represents the end of their resistance. A lot of times when people pull back, it is because they are resisting something. Maybe they are resisting their feelings, maybe they are resisting vulnerability, maybe they are resisting the level of depth and intensity that a connection with you requires. But death says that resistance is dying. It is being released. And when that happens, it creates space for something completely new to be born. So this person is not going to come back as the same person who left. They are going to come back transformed, renewed, with a totally different energy and perspective. That is actually really beautiful because it means whatever comes next has the potential to be so much healthier and more authentic than what existed before. Now the second card is the Star, and this is where things get really hopeful. The Star comes after the Tower and Death in the major arcana sequence, which tells us it represents hope and healing after a period of chaos or transformation. This person is moving into a space of genuine hope right now. They are starting to believe again. Believe in what, you ask? Believe in connection, believe in love, believe in the possibility of something real and meaningful. The Star is such a vulnerable card because it requires you to open your heart after it has been closed or protected. It requires you to have faith when maybe faith feels scary. What I'm seeing with the Star is that this person is healing something deep within themselves. Whatever wounds they were carrying, whatever made them pull back or put up walls, they're actively healing that now. And here's the thing about the Star energy, it makes people want to reach out. It makes people want to reconnect. Because when you start to heal and when you start to feel hope again, you naturally think about the people and connections that matter to you. You start to wonder if maybe there is still a chance to make things right or to try again. So this card is telling me that not only is this person healing, but part of their healing process involves thinking about you and this connection. The Star also represents clarity and vision. This person is gaining clarity about what they actually want. When they pulled back, they might have been confused or uncertain or overwhelmed. But the Star says that confusion is clearing. They are starting to see things more clearly now. They are starting to understand their own feelings better. They are starting to recognize what they lost when they walked away or created distance. And that clarity is going to be a driving force behind their decision to reach out or make a move back toward you. I'm getting very strongly that this person is going to surprise you with how different their energy feels when they come back around. The third card is Knight of Wands, and okay, Leo. This is where the energy really picks up because Knights are all about action and movement. The Knight of Wands specifically is one of the most passionate, bold, fast-moving cards in the entire deck. This is not someone thinking about reaching out. This is someone who is actually going to do something about it. The Knight of Wands does not hesitate. He does not overthink. He feels that fire in his chest and he acts on it. So what I'm seeing is that after this period of transformation and healing, this person is going to feel the surge of confidence and passion, and they're going to make a bold move. This could look like a very direct message out of nowhere. It could look like them showing up in a way that feels confident and intentional. It could look like them being very clear about their feelings or their intentions, when before they were maybe more guarded or uncertain. The Knight of Wands brings this fearless energy. This person is going to approach you or the situation with a kind of courage they did not have before. And Leo, as a fire sign yourself, you are going to really feel and appreciate this energy. There is going to be this spark, this excitement. This feeling of finally something is moving forward. What is also significant about the Knight of Wands is that he represents someone who has found their passion and purpose again. When people pull back, they often do so because they have lost touch with their own fire, their own sense of direction and enthusiasm for life. But this Knight says that fire has been reignited. This person feels alive again. They feel excited about their life and about possibilities. And part of what they are excited about is the possibility of reconnecting with you. I am seeing that their approach is going to feel really genuine and enthusiastic. It is not going to feel heavy or filled with drama. It is going to feel like someone who has rediscovered their joy and wants to share that energy with you. Now, we have the Hermit as the fourth card, and this adds such an interesting dimension because the Hermit is about introspection and soul-searching. This tells me that before this person makes their move, they have spent significant time alone, really thinking things through. The Hermit goes inward. He withdraws not because he does not care, but because he needs to find his own inner truth and wisdom. This person has been on a serious journey of self-discovery. They have been asking themselves deep questions. What do I really want? What am I afraid of? What patterns do I keep repeating? Why did I pull back from someone who clearly mattered to me? The Hermit represents someone who has been shining a light into the dark corners of their own psyche. They have been getting real with themselves in a way they maybe never have before. And Leo, this is actually really important because it means when they do reach out or come back, it is coming from a place of genuine self-awareness. They are not just reacting to loneliness or boredom or temporary feelings. They have done the work. They have sat with themselves. They have figured some things out. The Hermit energy ensures that whatever move they make toward you is going to be thoughtful and intentional and grounded in real self-knowledge. I am also getting that the Hermit represents their realization of what they lost. When you are in isolation and you really think about your life and your choices, you start to see things clearly. You start to recognize the value of what you walked away from. This person has had that moment of recognition. They have realized that pulling back from you or from this connection was maybe not the right choice. Or at the very least, they have realized that whatever made them pull back has now been resolved or worked through. The Hermit brings wisdom and maturity. So this is not someone coming back on a whim. This is someone coming back because they have genuinely grown and learned something important about themselves and about what matters to them. The fifth card is the Sun in Leo. This is literally your card, so the fact that it showed up in this reading is pretty significant. The Sun represents joy, success, clarity, vitality, and things coming into the light. After the introspection of the Hermit, the Sun says everything is going to be clear and bright and positive. This is such a beautiful card to have in a reading about someone coming back because it tells me that whatever happens next is going to feel really good. It is going to feel warm and genuine and life-giving. The sun also represents truth and authenticity. Everything is illuminated under the sun. There are no more shadows, no more hiding, no more games. When this person reaches out or makes their move, they are going to be very real with you. They are going to be honest about what they have been going through, honest about why they pulled back, honest about what they want now. The sun does not allow for deception or pretense. So you are going to get the truth from this person. And the truth is going to be that they have genuine feelings and genuine interest in reconnecting. What I love about the sun in this position is that it promises a positive outcome. This is not a card of disappointment or letdown. This is a card that says things are going to work out in a way that brings happiness and fulfillment. Whether that means a full reconciliation or just a really positive conversation that brings closure and understanding, the sun ensures that you are going to feel good about how this unfolds. There is going to be this sense of everything finally making sense. All the confusion and uncertainty of the past is going to be replaced with clarity and warmth. The sun also represents celebration and success. So I would not be surprised if this reconnection leads to something really beautiful and worth celebrating. The final card is the Devil, and now this might seem contradictory after such a positive card like the Sun. But the Devil here is actually showing me something important about the intensity and passion of this connection. The Devil is not always negative. In relationship readings, it often represents powerful attraction, magnetism, desire, obsession in some cases. This person feels a strong pull toward you, Leo, like a magnetic force they cannot fully resist. The Devil represents those deep primal feelings that are hard to ignore or suppress. What I'm seeing with the Devil is that part of why this person pulled back in the first place might have been because the intensity of their feelings scared them. Sometimes when we feel something really deeply, it can be overwhelming, especially if we have been hurt before or if we have walls up. The Devil can represent that fear of losing control or getting too attached. But here is what is interesting. The Devil appearing at the end of this reading after all these transformation and healing cards tells me that this person is now ready to embrace that intensity instead of running from it. They have done the work with death. They have healed with the Star. They have gained wisdom with the Hermit. And they have found clarity with the Sun. Now they are ready to fully feel and own their desire and attraction. The Devil also represents honesty about what you really want on a physical and emotional level. This person is going to be very clear about their attraction to you. There is not going to be any playing it cool or pretending they do not care. The Devil brings this raw honesty about desire and need. And Leo, knowing you as a fire sign who appreciates passion and intensity, this is probably going to feel really good to you. You want someone who is all in, who is not afraid to show how much they want you. The Devil says this person is going to bring exactly that energy. So Leo, when I look at all 6 of these cards together, I'm seeing a very clear story. Someone who pulled back has been through a complete transformation. They have shed their old self with death. They have healed and found hope with the Star. They are about to take bold, passionate action with the Knight of Wands. They have gained wisdom and clarity through introspection with the Hermit. Everything is coming into the light and truth with the Sun, and they are ready to embrace the full intensity of their feelings with the Devil. This is someone who is coming back completely different from who they were when they left. They're coming back ready, willing, and able to show up in a real and powerful way. The surprise the title mentions is not just that they are coming back, but how they are coming back. They are going to surprise you with their growth, their clarity, their courage, and their intensity. This is not going to be a wishy-washy, half-hearted attempt at reconnection. This is going to be someone stepping forward with real intention and real energy. And honestly, Leo, you deserve nothing less than that. You deserve someone who has done their work and who is ready to match your fire and your passion. I would say keep your heart open, but also trust your own intuition when this person does reach out. The cards are showing a really positive trajectory, but you get to decide what you want and what feels right for you. Sometimes people come back and it is exactly what we needed. Sometimes people come back and we realize we have already moved on. Either way, this is going to bring clarity and closure to whatever has been lingering in your energy around this connection. Thanks for letting me pull these cards for you, Leo. I would love to know if this resonates with your situation. Do you have someone specific in mind who pulled back? Have you been feeling any shifts in the energy lately? Let me know in the comments because I love hearing how these readings land for you.